And what do you think guys like this want, like Elon Musk? What does he want? Why is he messing up with Europe and Germany specifically? Why is he supporting the AfD?
I think the easy answer is money. Is like that would be number one. Like you don't get $400 billion by accident.
Mm.
Like you have to really really want it to get that much money, and so that's, you know, for apparently that's not enough, you know. So he wants to have like more control of, especially in Europe, where it's like he's having more of a hard time with European regulations when it comes, for example, you don't see any Cybertrucks here
Mm.
because like the Cybertrucks do not pass European regulations. Like those edges on that car is just going to slice someone in half,
Yeah.
and European regulations will not allow that to happen. So I think he would like to have more influence in European politics so that he can start to influence that. Um, but I also think there's something more sinister at play, which is that there is a genuine overlap in ideology. I think I think for most of his career, if you do some research into Elon Musk's family history, you get some really dark connections there. I think for most of his career, he didn't really think of that. It didn't seem like he had much interest in politics. And for most of his career, he was kind of like this, you know, centrist, center left, kind of like Obama kind of Democrat, center left in American context, not in European
Yeah.
context, but like kind of Obama Democrat. He didn't like unions, but that's not exactly uncommon in the US. But like his distaste for unions was really the only thing that made him political for most of his career. And I think what happened was around 2020, multiple things happened at the same time. He got really angry at money, like the pandemic
Mm.
costing him money. He got surrounded by a bunch of very, very far right, like actual neo-Nazi people. People like what's his name? Jack Posobiec is like a proper basically neo-Nazi guy who
Who's Jack Posobiec?
he's allegedly he's the person who operates the End Wokeness account.
Okay.
He's someone who's very, like, many times did like tweets that contained 1488, which was it's a neo-Nazi code number. 14 being the 14 words, the white supremacist slogan, and 88 being the eighth letter of the alphabet is H. So HH being something that we're not allowed to say here.
Probably not.
And like he's not the only one. Like you see, like even in the like 19, 20-year-old children that are running Doge in the government right now. I think there's like two of them. One of them tweeted a bunch of things about how he wanted to normalize Indian hate, how he wanted a eugenic immigration policy in the United States, how he was racist before it was cool, how you can't pay him to have was it mate out of his ethnicity or something like that. And there's another person in like the same team of basically children who like retweets Nick Fuentes, who's an American neo-Nazi, and other like very, very far right figures. You have someone called Peter Sweden, who I think he's from Norway, even though his name is Peter Sweden, and he's also a UK citizen, but he has a very like thick Norwegian accent. This is a guy who has deleted a bunch of tweets where he's like, I'm not a Nazi, but Hitler actually had some really good points. Or how are the what's the anti-Semitic, like the fake document, the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, which is a complete Nazi fabrication. Like, oh, how is this anti-Semitic? You know, like a bunch of things that he used to tweet, and that he deleted a bunch of those. Then he apologized for having said them, and then he deleted the apology, and now he says, oh, these are all like photoshops. I never tweeted them. These are just like leftist smears against me. And like these are the kinds of people that Elon Musk like surrounded himself with over like since the pandemic, basically. And I think a third thing that really, really probably had probably like a therapist would want to look into this is how much of an impact his daughter coming out as trans had on his politics and on his political worldview. But what we see now in the things that he's obsessed with, and probably this has been the case for a long time, because like you don't get 15 children by accident. Or is it 12 or 15? I think it's 15 now.
Yeah, recently was another one, so I lost
Yeah,
count how
I
many.
think the latest one is 15, but I
We can
could be.
double check very quick just so we don't mess
Yeah,
it up. Elon Musk, how many kids? 13.
13.
And Vanity Fair
Okay,
published 5 days ago.
okay, so 13. Yeah, so it was 12. Now it's 13. That doesn't happen by accident,
Yeah.
and like his obsession with birth rates, his obsession with will often tweet about like he'll like retweet accounts that talk about the connection between race and IQ, and he also apparently would be. I think there's a few interviews where he talks about how he would be interested in having a company that has to do with genetics, but it would be complicated to do that because how do you do that while avoiding the Hitler problem is
Mm,
the quote that he has,
oh,
it's like,
really? Well,
well, maybe you avoid the Hitler problem by like not trying to mess with genetics, like that could be an idea, but yeah.
yeah.
No, it's like I think there's a lot of if you analyze the things that he's obsessed with when he tweets, whether it's population replacement with it, which is a big like Nazi conspiracy theory, like it
But is he
connects.
tweeting about that? I haven't heard about both those topics.
Oh yeah, he like there's an account that he retweets almost every day called, I think it's called the Rabbit Hole, the Rabbit something, that is constantly tweeting either birth rate statistics, sometimes race and IQ statistics. Oftentimes they also tweet about things that are really funny. This is not particularly I mean it's political, but not in the same way. Of this account tweets how the experts, like like university professors or experts in domains, all are tend to be democratic,
Mhm.
and to them that is the proof that like academia is a left-wing propaganda machine, where it's like, maybe if the experts are on the left, it's because the left is correct on these topics. That might be one thing. It's kind of like when they say, when Mark Zuckerberg was like, oh yeah, the fact checkers are like super biased because they always correct right wing sources and not left wing sources. Like if fact checkers are finding more problems with right wing sources, it's maybe because right wing sources are more problematic.